What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Brawl Project. Today I'll be doing a deck tech and playing a few games with one of my favorite Brawl decks, the Royal Scions as the commander. This deck, well, no two games seem to play out exactly the same way. Sometimes you gotta play aggressively and really push damage through, and other times you're playing the control and you're just sitting back and taking control over the game. It all depends on what you draw and what your opponent's up to. And this deck really has the flexibility to do both pretty well. It also enables a lot of different synergies. I mean, the Royal Scions enables, I'd say, 3 different types of synergies that are just tied together because you're able to play this 3-mana Planeswalker as your commander. The first one is the Draw 2, which we see in Throne of Eldraine, as you see in Fairy Vandal, or Ironcrag Pyromancer, or Improbable Alliance, getting value off of drawing a second card per turn, and if you have the Royal Scions out, you just +1, and you're able to do that. The second one is discarding synergies, or cards that care about the number of instants or sorceries in your graveyard, such as the Magic Mirror. It's not too hard to fuel a Magic Mirror way ahead of schedule. Ral's -3 also cares about having lots of instants or sorceries in the graveyard. Terramander can get big. And also, Bag of Holding is a really nice one to go with that discard. Doesn't matter how you discard the cards for Bag of Holding. If they're discarded, they go in the bag. So if you're plussing the Royal Scions, discarding cards, they go in the Bag of Holding and you can get them back later. And the last synergy that really doesn't see the light of day in these types of decks, it's not very common, is caring about the power. So this temporary buff, the target creature gains +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. You wouldn't think that shows up much in or that wouldn't matter much in a Spells Matter deck, but it works really well with this one. You have Dreadhorde Arcanist, which can cast a lot of the spells that you're playing if it gets that temporary buff and makes an attack. You also have Krenko into the Royal Scions. That makes 4 Goblin tokens, and that's not to be underestimated. Rounding out this deck, you have, well, more cards that care about spells like Murmuring Mystic and Arclight Phoenix. This deck does make a bunch of tokens, so you have Cavalier Flame. This is a really big one. Good for dealing the finishing blow with, if you can get up to 7, play Cavalier and then activate and pump your team. It's really good. And of course, you've got some tempo elements that are pretty common in Izzet. You've got Ionize and Sinister Sabotage, bounce spells like Turn into a Pumpkin, Unsummon. You've got a few permanent removal cards like Shock and Jay's Greeting and Lava Coil. But most of the time, well, a lot of the time you're just playing the tempo game. You're either playing the tempo game or trying to protect a Planeswalker like Ral, the Royal Scions, or just draw cards with the Magic Mirror. Anyway, I've been having a blast with this deck all day, and I decided I'd go ahead and record a few games for you because, well, I think this deck is sweet and it's a lot of fun to play. So, let's get into the games. Alright, let's get into the game against Nicol Bolas. Opponent going first. That's not good for us. Don't like this hand. It doesn't have an untapped land, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan. It also doesn't have a third land on top of that. So let's mulligan. It also has 2 things that bounce creatures. Triple red card. I'm going to mulligan this. Okay, we'll keep this. What are we going to put on bottom? Beacon Bolt's probably bad against the Nicol Bolas deck. We just want to be as proactive as possible. Although, my usual strategy against any sort of controlling decks is usually to deploy a bunch of Planeswalkers and start ticking them up, but Nicol Bolas doesn't mind how many counters you have on your Planeswalker. Alright, let's play this Lightning Stormkin. Let's just get in there. We could really use the land here. Preferably a blue land, so we can get to the Sinister Sabotage. Ooh, if they're Casmina's Transmutation. Oh, wow. Okay, well. I don't think that counts. That wasn't much of a game. Alright, let's try again. Oh. Alright, here we go against Niv-Mizzet Reborn. They're going first. This hand doesn't seem very good. The Magic Mirror is certainly fine, but Look, we need threats or counter spells against Niv-Mizzet Reborn, so let's mulligan. This has threat. This is really banking on drawing the third land. I am playing a pretty high land count, as I think most Brawl decks should, but even so, okay, well at least we're going to get a an attacker on turn 2. Okay, I like that. So we have an attacker here. We can play Kranko on the next turn, and if nothing happens to our board, we'll get to plus on Kranko and just make a lot of tokens. Chromatic Lantern. You got it. Alright, keep on developing those threats. They are getting close to being able to cast something very large. If they want to kill Kranko, though, I don't think it's the end of the world. Tyrant Scorn. Do they have an answer for Kranko also? Fairy Time Raveler. I suppose that is an answer of sorts. Yeah, okay. Well, forget about Unsummon or Sinister Sabotage. Or Negate. Alright, well, we have to play a creature to attack down Kranko if we can. This is just going to enter tapped. Not much we can do about it. Kind of at the opponent's mercy with Teferi in play.
That's more like it.
Okay. So they're going to get a bunch of stuff. They're also going to have to, well, they're going to have to discard a card or two. So this isn't the end of the world. We can unsummon Niv-Mizzet. It's really going to come down to how well they can deploy. If we can establish a wide range of threats, maybe we can do something about this. Okay, Royal Scions. We're going to plus and make our army. So that's like, you know, that's a lot of creatures. They can't just ignore it. Maybe they can, I don't know. But like if they just time wipe here, I don't think that's too bad for us. If they time wipe plus something else, that might be bad. They can also play Escape to the Wilds, which I guess is not bad here. Ingress Rampage, well, into the command zone you go. And a time wipe. Get mana for that? Yeah, I guess they have 7. Okay. Well, let's play Ral and let's tick up. See if they have another answer to a Planeswalker. I think we're really far away from Terramander mattering, so I'm just going to take the Temple. We are going to need lands to be able to hold up our mana while playing Planeswalkers. Yarok. Okay. Alright. Well, we've got the Arclight Phoenix for that. There's no way we can cast it, right? Alright, let's tick up again. See if we can find land? Yeah, there we go. So that we can hold up this negate on top of the Arclight Phoenix. It is kind of a problem if they just replay Niv-Mizzet, I will admit. Mana Geode. Keeping on top. Oh.
Lucky shot.
Just passing. Okay, well. Let's go after Yarok. I'll negate that. I've got Mortify too. Okay, well, I'll Sinister Sabotage that. Gotta keep my threat alive. Pumpkin. Sure. Seems useful.
Next time you're dead.
I might as well draw it.
Just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
Yep, let's take that. Let's play a Tempenol. The Tempenol. Let's try to get something useful here. We got a Bag of Holding, so maybe that'll go well with the Cavalier Flame. They're going to be able to draw a lot of cards with Niv-Mizzet Reborn here, though. And Ral, well, Ral did his best.
Not what I expected. That's why it's called a theory.
Escape to the Wilds. Yeah, this is pretty good. Getting to play Knight of Autumn here. Yeah, this is going to be a lot to battle back from, and it's exiled. Oof. So we're going to be able to exile the Bag of Holding with Knight of Autumn, I guess. Alright, let's just play Cavalier Flame and attack. They have 8 power, which is a lot, but I don't really see a better option for us to do here. We're going to have to find like the exact right cards in order to get in there with Cavalier, I guess. All right. Growth Spiral. Alright, so Enter the God of Eternals doesn't kill it. Knight of Autumn can kill our Bag of Holding, which would make a lot of sense. If we can hit a few more times with Cavalier Flame, maybe we've got a shot. This is going to deal 3 damage when it dies. Oh, they gain life, don't they? Oh, that's a bummer. Starcane Signet to follow it up. Yeah, so we're going to turn this into a pumpkin. Royal Scions can give this first strike and trample. It's not nothing. We're taking 8 here. Alright, I don't think this is over. Pay Adamant. Maybe getting the value there wasn't too important. Attack. Yeah, we'll just attack for this. What can we get out of the graveyard here? We've got Sinister Sabotage. That's got to be one of the better ones that I can get here. It just always seems so oppressive when you get Sinister Sabotage. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're losing. Like if you get a counterspell and you're losing, your opponent doesn't have to play anything. Ooh, ow! I can't answer that. One, two, three, 4. What's their last card? The Devil. All right. Well, we get to do some damage. Although I don't think we can win. They're at 7. Yeah, like, Sinister Sabotage is pretty good, but Absolution is going to wreck us. Alright, well, that was a good game. Feel like if we had, well, if we had an earlier threat, maybe we would have had it. Alright. Against Nicol Bolas. Opponent going first with this hand. You can play a turn 3 Nicol Bolas and go up to Aral, but let's try to get something a little more proactive like this. Lead with Saltwater Cliffs. Then we can go Fabled Passage into Mountain. We're gonna have to start, I don't know, like, I think it's better to play the Royal Scions so that we can start pumping up Krenko. But I mean, that's only if Krenko survives, and there's not a great chance that that happens, I think. Alright, that's good. That's our third red source for Cavalier Flame. It's just getting quenched, okay. Discovery. You're gonna want something with haste so we can attack down Nicol Bolas, because that could very well come down next turn. Well, Crackling Drake isn't a bad one. If they play Nicol Bolas, yeah, it's not great for us. I don't think they have the mana for it. Doom Whisperer? That's okay. Doom Whisperer is okay for us. The Haste Creature and Lightning Stormkin is also really nice. Alright, well, we can unsummon it, but I don't think that's great. I'm just going to play the Royal Scions, and I'm going to discard Beacon Bolt, and then I'm going to unsummon. This Beacon Bolt doesn't do anything. It's fine in the graveyard. Okay, red source. We'll unsummon and attack for 2. Opponent might be looking for that third black source for Nicol Bolas, but if they just play Nicol Bolas, I don't think that's really accomplishing too much even. They can also just replay the Doom Whisperer, but I'm okay with that, I think. Murderous Rider. Alright, back to the command zone you go. Robber of the Rich. I was not expecting that one. I get my Arclight Phoenix, that's pretty good. Alright, so what's the play here? We can... Lava Coil, I like this play. Lava Coil, the Robber of the Rich, Lightning Stormkin, and Hold Up Negate if they try to play Nicol Bolas. We're attacking for 5. That's not something you can really ignore. And of course, Crackling Drake threatens to go for more. The problem is Doom Whisperer we don't really have an answer for. Although, Scorching Dragonfire, that's fine. We don't care about that one. So they were able to play the Doom Whisperer. Okay. Castle Embereth. Well, I can discard that. Huh. I actually don't like, or sorry, I don't dislike sitting back on the Spectral Sailor. They do get to find a card that's pretty good, but we have, what, 7 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, I think I like this. Spectral Sailor, draw a card, we still have Negate up. Now for our opponent, there's no way they can get aggressive. They're going to have to use the Murderous Rider, I believe. Second main. Passing. Alright, Spectral Sailor, do your thing. Let's draw a card. Ooh, a quench. I don't mind that. Well, we're just going to sit back on Spectral Sailor. I think drawing a card each turn, drawing an extra card each turn is more powerful than scrying. So, let's do that. And we've got 2 counterspells at our disposal as well. They didn't even try to play the Murderous Rider. They're really afraid of this counter magic. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can actually activate Spectral Sailor twice, but then we risk losing the Crackling Drake to some sort of instant speed removal. An attack here would be awful bold. Okay, well, let's negate that. I would like to keep my threat alive, thank you. Probably not seeing an attack from them here. Let's draw a card. The Magic Mirror. Well, look. Okay, I think the problem is that, like, if they play Nicol Bolas, we actually can't stop it if we play the Magic Mirror. On the other hand, just getting the Magic Mirror down is pretty insane. You know what? We've got the Spectral Sailor to draw cards. I don't think there's any need to push it. We can just Sinister Sabotage and draw an extra card. That puts us out in front, I think. We can even go Ritual of Soot. For a mana cost 3 or less. I think that's actually fine. I'm just gonna draw at least 1 card and probably 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw 2 cards with the Sailor. They can go ahead and kill my Sailor. Like, that's the only thing that's dying there. Yeah, we're tapped out, but yeah, if they're just playing a Murderous Rider, that's fine. Okay, so we've got a full grip. That's pretty good. Could play the Royal Scions here, draw and discard, or we could just plus the Crackling Drake and attack. It does get first strike after all, and then Ionize plus another attack should seal the deal. Or we could just hold up counter magic. Can we hold up 2 counter spells if we do this? No, we're 1 short. We can hold up counter magic if we do this. Okay, let's just do this and pass. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have anything to do with our mana to punish our opponent. If they decide to just pass, then they can just hold up the Castle Vantress. But I would like to hold up 2 counters if possible. That's an odd one. I was not expecting that one. Alright. Can only hold up 1 counter if we do this. That's fine. I'm just gonna start attacking with the Drake. This doesn't have... This has lifelink. So I need to watch out for that, but... +2, +0, trample, first strike. This is probably just what I should have done last turn. So, Ionize plus Crackling Drake is lethal here. They can attack with the Doom Whisper, but that means that they don't get to block next turn. Bottom, bottom. Okay, that seems good. We also have Cavalier Flame, go haste and attack. I've got to have something, like a Lava Coil, Unsummon. Actually, Unsummon might not have been bad there, just to fire off on the Doom Whisper. Yeah, that's fine. We're okay with that. They have to cast a spell or they die, right? Yep, Ionize, and then we'll attack with the Crackling Drake. Just as we drew it up. Nice. Alright, here we go. Tasty Crumpets with Nicol Bolas Dragon God. Opponent goes first. Well, this hand is not good. It doesn't have 2 colors. It only has 2 lands. I mean, really, if you have, 3 of only 1 color, it's not great either. Alright, we'll keep this one. Improbable Alliance is something that Nicol Bolas can't really interact with, so we lead with Saltwater Cliffs, Improbable Alliance, and then start activating the Royal Scions. I think we want to keep the Stormkin back for if they do kill our Royal Scions with Nicol Bolas. That seems like something that could happen. Can't really give haste to Dreadhorde Arcanist. That would be pretty cool, but can't really do it. Ooh, Krenko. Well, I think it's better to just start making 1/1s. If we can resolve our Royal Scions here. Ooh, it resolves. Draw and discard. We've got, yeah, Murderous Right, I was about to say. Yeah, the Lava Coil does answer the Murderous Rider, and lifelink is kind of annoying for us. But on the other hand, we want to be asking the questions here if we can. So next turn we can go opt into Krenko, which I think is fine. The opt makes a second creature. We want a horde of creatures to deal with Nicol Bolas. Yeah, this is kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's fine. I do like Mystic Sanctuary, but we want not lands here. Another haste creature. I'll take a haste creature. Absolutely. So they can play Nicol Bolas here. I think they would plus. Ooh, that is pretty good. Oof. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sending a message there. Alright, well, let's play... Shoot, if we just play the Planeswalker... But if they tick up killing the Planeswalker, I think that's fine for us. So, considering we've got this Improbable Alliance down, I think I just want to play the Royal Scions. And tick up. Oh, they've got a negate? Yeah, that's pretty good. We could be in trouble here. Now, if they play Nicol Bolas and tick up, we have to, what, get rid of this Evolving Wilds. We can attack back Nicol Bolas, the Stormkin, Glinthorn Buccaneer, but they still get to +1. That's not good for us. Yeah. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the Improbable Alliance. That's possible. We unfortunately can only bring Nicol Bolas down to 1. We can't kill him. Oh, wait. Never. Ah, shoot. We don't actually have... if we had one more red source, we actually could kill it here. We've got another instant from our opponent. This can't be good. Yeah. Was not good, as predicted. I think probably just get rid of the Improbable Alliance, because it's going to be tough to activate here. If they just plus and they don't have any action, I mean, it's pretty hard to imagine. Get rid of this, because we are going to need the lands to recast Royal Scions. Liliana, Dreadhorde General. Okay. So we're going to be able to take down Nicol Bolas. Then what? Seven mana. Well, I think I have to take down Nicol Bolas. I guess Shock and... Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going to work out. Unless we draw a Magic Mirror and they just don't have an answer for it, I don't think that we have a very good shot at this one. There's Nicol Bolas again. Even just a +1 here is really good. Oh, they can just make more zombies and sacrifice both of these. Alright, well, we're in, like, the Mega Abyss, so I think we're going to concede this one, just to save time. We could battle it out for a few more turns, but our opponent has 2 Planeswalkers that we can't really deal with. Alright, here we go. Yarok the Desecrated. Opponent goes first. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is fine. I would rather have an early threat, but I'm not going to pass up having both of our colors Crackling Drake on 4 and, you know, some interaction that we can play early. So I think we get double blue first. Yes. Island. Okay. Fibblethip. Alright. Fibblethip. Well, it actually does matter because the Royal Scions can ult pretty quickly, and a Fibblethip helps attack that down. Alright, let's play the Royal Scions. And let's tick up, draw and discard. I think we just discard Beacon Bolt here because it's pretty worthless in our hand. We'll pass. Our Crackling Drake will be able to block the Fibblethip at least, you know. That's something. I think we're just going to play Crackling Drake next turn. Yeah, it would be nice to hold up something to counter Yarok. Yarok's kind of a problem for us. But I think that Unexplained Disappearance plus a counter might be a better shot than my other options. I'm just going to play Crackling Drake. No, I'm going to loot first. Draw and discard. Make sure that's what I want. Yeah, we can play the tempo game. Like this deck does that pretty well. If they just play Yarok, we get to unsummon it, play Improbable Alliance, and then still have Unexplained Disappearance up. Let's draw a card. Steam Vents. We've got plenty of lands. I think we want some action here. Did they have an instant? I guess unsummoning a Crackling Drake doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Ah, Yarok goes really well with Risen Reef. So I should kill that Risen Reef is basically what I'm saying. I'll tick up the Royal Scions, discarding probably Chemister's Insight so I can Beacon Bolt the Risen Reef. Seems like kind of a spew, but we have to do it. I do not want them getting 2 Risen Reef triggers when they cast Yarok. I'm going to play the Improbable Alliance. They have counter magic? Maybe they just have an unsummon. What? That is not what I pressed. Okay, I don't think it's right to attack, so we're just going to not attack. Well, that throws off my plan by a lot. Maybe they'll be shy about playing Yarok. I can Unexplained Disappearance this Risen Reef with Yarok on the stack. And then when they play Risen Reef, I can, like, unsummon the Yarok. They're not attacking. They're attacking the Royal Scions? They've got a Sweeper of some sort? Alright, well, I'll block. Okay. I was wondering about that. Like, combat tricks don't work too well with Fibblethip. Alright, so What are they gonna do? They're gonna play Yarok probably. They've got the mana for it. They might be wondering if I've got. Oh hey. Well, okay. Look. Calm down a minute here. Unexplained disappearance. My crackling drake. That does a lot of damage. It could be worse, I suppose. Radical idea. We'll just put that in the graveyard because it may as well be there. So this looks really bad, and for sure it is. But we get to replay the Crackling Drake. We get to hold up Unsummon. And we even get to make it not look like we're just holding up Unsummon. The issue is if they have a land, they can play the Risen Reef anyway. Alright, well, we just have to deal with it. If they have an untapped land, they can play Yarok. We're going to unsummon the Risen Reef. And if they have an untapped land, they can just, replay it. Nice. Okay, cool. Now we have a Sinister Sabotage. Alright, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Definitely not playing the commander. That seems bad. Tapping out just seems terrible here. It is a 3/5 with lifelink. Okay, so we just need to attack in the air. Alright, let's go. Attack. We can Sinister Sabotage the Risen Reef, which I think it's fine. But I think I would rather... I can't turn into a pumpkin. Okay, we might just be Sinister Sabotaging then. Okay. This combination is just too good. Shock? I'll put that away. Disinformation campaign. That's pretty good. I wish I had one more mana for turn to a pumpkin. Alright, we're going to anticipate here. You'll just take the negate. That's fine. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah, our opponent gets to draw a lot of cards here. So we can, assuming they don't have a kill spell for the Crackling Drake. Ooh, ow. Oh shoot, they get both of our cards? Okay. Well, the good news is that Crackling Drake hits like a truck here. The bad news is we've got nothing else. So let's attack. I could have done this differently, right? I could have attacked for one more. That actually might end up mattering here. But we can kill Yarok, so that's a plus. How can we do it? Well, we can Chemist's Insight. No, we just got a Beacon Bolt. Yeah, I could have done one more damage with the Crackling Drake, which actually really matters. Although, if they mount no defense, if all they do is replay the Yarok, we have lethal with the Royal Scions plus attack on Crackling Drake. If they have any answer for Crackling Drake, this is going to be really tough. Okay. That's a bummer. So I can Royal Scions plus. It's not great here. I think I'm just going to Chemist's Insight. Ah, Pteramander is very large. I don't think I want to play the Saltwater Cliffs. The land could come in handy, but it also might not. Okay, Yarok, that's fine. Thought Erasure. Okay, so they're going to be able to surveil a couple of times, which is good for them for sure. We need to prevent... We need some way to stop the lifelink from Yarok, which just doesn't seem possible. They can attack for a lot with Pteramander. But if they get to regain 3 of that life, it's not the best. I can just play the Royal Scions plus, and, well, actually, I might as well Radical Idea the Saltwater Cliffs away. Ooh, the Magic Mirror. Okay. That helps us play a longer game, but I think I still want to be aggressive. Alright, let's attack. We're going to take 7. They're going to go back up to 11. Because our deck definitely has an aggressive slant to it, and works better if we're on the offensive. You can draw 2 cards with Disinformation Campaign. That's pretty good. We're going to draw 2 cards, one with the Magic Mirror. Well, that's what they're going to go ahead and do. We have no cards to speak of. Once upon a time, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left. Murderous Rider. That's pretty good. They have to fire it off now. Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty good. They should just play the Murderous Rider, right? Is there any way for me to dome them from 9? Cavalier? No, Cavalier's not going to do it. Ral, is it Viceroy? I think I need to tick up with Ral, unfortunately. Like, we can minus and kill Yarok, but that's not really going to accomplish much. Ral's just going to die. Okay, well, let's tick up. See if we can find something useful.
Come on. I just want to peek.
Well, Remembering Mystic is pretty good. It does help us get back in the game pretty quickly. If we can draw a bunch of cards. Red Heart Darkness can do something that attacks for 3. I think I'm just going to do this so I can play it. Because, if our opponent can surveil, has any way of surveilling, then they can do this. Also, it makes it so that they do have to think about how they're going to attack Ral. I'm just going to send everything. Okay, we'll block the Burglar Rat. Yeah, gaining 5 is not great, but I don't know. That gives me more time to use the Magic Mirror, right? Fine Broker. That gets Risen Reef back. That's pretty good. And, oh, geez, it gets something else back. Yeah, we can't really deal with the Yarok. You're going to draw a couple cards, but I think the best thing for us is if there are 2 lands. And apparently neither are lands. They get to draw 2 cards here. Yeah, they're really going crazy with Yarok. I mean, we do get to draw 3 cards next turn, but our opponent has a pretty full grip. Nope. Nope. Okay. I think we're good. Alright. They were pretty low. Like, I think if we had not gotten that misclick, maybe we might have been able to do it there. Let's play one more. Okay, sure, this is fine. We've got Improbable Alliance. Hopefully they can't answer our Planeswalker. Beacon Bolt looks really bad in our hand. Cavalier Flame. Okay. I mean, Cavalier Flame is pretty good in games that go to the late game, and it's very good with Improbable Alliance, but I'm not sure this is how it's going to play out. Okay, let's play this. I wonder what they're going to do on turn 3 here. We do have a shock if they tap their Paradise Druid, so that's kind of nice. But on the other hand, that does mean that we have to... Well, I guess we can anticipate, so we do get to make some use of the mana. Which is pretty big. Alright. Let's play the Royal Scions. Draw and discard. Discard Beacon Bolts. That'll be useful at some point, but not anytime soon. If they just go ahead and play Niv-Mizzet, we get to shock the Paradise Druid and keep them off the land. It really comes down to how quickly we can deploy, how quickly either player can deploy their hand, rather than what the actual cards are, I feel. Stomping Ground, Niv-Mizzet. Okay, bring it on. Yeah, Vraska is pretty good, and the Angrath's Rampage. Those are pretty good against us. They're also going to have to discard a bunch of cards here. Tyrant Scorn, Justice Strike. Well, we're going to have 2 creatures, and this is going to be at 7. But I think they're just going to be able to kill it with Angrath's Rampage, unless we can play another Planeswalker here somehow. We're really looking for a counterspell. Okay, it's plus, draw and discard. Discard an island. Well, we didn't find it. We could anticipate to try to find the answer, but I don't think that's realistic. Instead, I'm just going to go Bone Crusher Giant on the Paradise Druid. Alright. And we'll pass. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have the negate. Ooh, they're paying 2 life too? I wonder what that means. Well, we're not blocking. We are probably still the beatdown here. Despite everything. Faber or Elder. Oh, that's going to be a 7/7. Well, we need to find Unsummon, I suppose. Or, sorry, it's going to be a 5/5. What am I saying? Yeah, we've got a mountain in hand. I'll just get an island here. Anticipate. Radical Idea. We don't really love any of these, but we really don't need another land, so I'll just get Radical Idea. Arclight Phoenix. Can attack for... I don't think I can beat this. 5? It's so much mana. All they have are in hand is really removal, though. If I shock and Beacon Bolt, it's not enough. Okay, I think we got a Radical Idea and hope that we spike either the Unexplained Disappearance or the Unsummon for Niv-Mizzet. That is neither. Yeah, we're pretty dead. Quench. Yeah, they've got enough mana to pay for Quench, as it turns out. Alright, we'll attack for 2. I think our only chance is to actually bring them to 0. I just don't think this is happening. Yeah, we'll take it. Alright, so we're going to Radical Idea, discarding the Arclight Phoenix. Hope to get extraordinarily lucky, get Unsummoned to kill the Niv-Mizzet. Maybe they'll play like some sort of creature. We can go Unsummoned to bounce the Niv-Mizzet, Beacon Bolt to destroy whatever else they have, Shock to kill this, and attack for 6 in the air. That's the plan. How likely is that to happen? Very, very unlikely. But it's what we're going for. You gotta have a plan, you know? Gate. Jump block Niv. Or the Faber. This can provide 5 mana. I mean, how is negate going to help? Alright, let's play the Bone Crusher Giant. And pass? Is this an instant? Yeah, instant. Yeah, I think this is over. Especially since we don't have a way of dealing with Niv-Mizzet that doesn't let them just cast it again. I mean, if we had able to bounce Niv-Mizzet and then shock the Faber Alder, then they don't have a ton of mana up. And maybe we could do something about it. Maybe I'm supposed to negate that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll negate that, sure. Alright, I'm just going to concede. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Brawl Project. We played a lot of close games. I know we didn't come out on top of very many of them, but the games do have a lot of thought about what you have to do to try to piece together a victory. Yeah, if you enjoyed that, make sure you check out my stream on Monday through Thursdays at noon. We play Brawl. I accept direct challenges on days that we don't have the Brawl queue, like today. So, yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. Alright, see you later. Thanks for watching the Brawl Project.